The escalating tensions between Iran and Israel have reached a critical point, with Iran launching an air attack on Israeli territory. Iran launched some 185 drones, 110 surface-to-surface missiles, and 36 cruise missiles at Israel, two Israeli officials tell the New York Times. Though most were launched from Iran, some also came from Iraq and Yemen, according to the officials. U.S. President Joe Biden says missiles came from Syria, as well as Yemen and Iraq. The atmosphere in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem is tense, marked by sirens blaring and explosions echoing in the skies. The Israeli military, supported by the United States and Jordan, is actively engaged in intercepting the incoming drones using defense systems like Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow. Civilian flights have been halted, and people are being directed to seek shelter in protected areas. This retaliatory attack by Iran is seen as a response to Israeli airstrikes on Iranian consulates in Damascus earlier, highlighting the volatile nature of the region's geopolitical dynamics. The involvement of multiple nations underscores the complexity and gravity of the situation, with ongoing uncertainty regarding the duration and intensity of the conflict.
These are more interceptors that are coming up and that are being intercepted in the skies right now actively. Sirens blaring out in Tel Aviv, in several different locations, and additionally all over the country. This is an active situation here. The Israeli army was warning of something like this happening, and in fact, we're preparing for it for several days, if not weeks. They said that they have new capabilities for not only air defense, but also for some sort of retaliation as well. There is a lot that is falling from the sky, and a lot of these types of projectiles that we saw came from many different areas. Some of them came from the Mediterranean above our heads to behind us, and we can hear some explosions in the distance here. But again, it is hard to tell if these are the drones themselves, if these are other types of projectiles that were launched. But again, the Israeli military is actively intercepting projectiles all over Israel, not just in Tel Aviv, and there are areas all over the country, in fact, specifically in the south near Dimona, where there is a nuclear plant that the Israeli Home Front Command has told people to remain in sheltered and safe areas, meaning bomb shelters, until further notice. But where we are specifically, again, these sirens have not rung, but there are red alerts all over the state of Israel at this time, and these interceptors that are being launched by the Israeli military, again, are threefold. We have the Iron Dome missile defense system, which is the most commonly used in Israel. Then secondly, we have the David Sling, which is for medium to longer range projectiles. And then finally, the Arrow for longer projectiles, ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones. The Israelis have confirmed that at least 100 drones were fired by the Iranians from Iranian territory towards Israel, but it's not really known if all of them have reached, as these sirens are now still blaring all over Israel at local time 1:47, Dadian.